Hi everybody, welcome to JLB Sports TV. I'm Justin Block, and today we are back with our third consecutive Fan Friday. All week you guys have been submitting questions on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. However you can reach me, there are a million different ways. I've gathered all of them and let's go through them right now. Here's one. You live in US. Have you ever met Clint Dempsey? What's your fave MLS team? Yes, I live in the United States, but just because of that doesn't mean, Clint Dempsey is walking down Main Street right outside my town right now. No, I've never met Clint Dempsey. My favorite MLS team would have to be my beloved New York Red Bulls. I'm from the New York area, so I gotta love my Red Bulls, support the local team. Question, where do you go to university, and where can you see Liverpool finishing? I say fifth at best. I go to New York University, or NYU in New York City, and next season, I think I've answered this question before, but I think Liverpool should be in for a top 6, top 5 finish. At best for Liverpool, top 4, obviously 4th place. But more realistically, it's a transition year, so I say maybe top 5, top 6. Here's a question that somebody tweeted me. Fan Friday, what would be Tour LFV starting X1 for start of season? I don't think he's talking about the Liverpool tour in the US. I think he's asking what I think our starting 11 will be for the start of the season. And it'll go like this. Reina will be in goal. We'll have Johnson at right back. We'll have Skirtle at right center back, Agger left center back, Enrique at left back, and then from there things can get a little tricky because I think Brendan Rodgers is going to play a 4-3-3 with sort of maybe 3 up top and then almost an inverted 3 in the middle. So I think furthest back we'll have Lucas Leiva. Then sort of the right center mid and the left center mid roles we'll have Jordan Henderson and Steven Gerrard. Out left I think we'll see Fabio Barini. In the middle I think we'll see Andy Carroll as of right now, just right now. And out to the right, I think we'll see Luis Suarez. Obviously, a lot can change between now and then. Brendan Rodgers is still set to probably make around 2 to 3 more signings. Clint Dempsey is coming in. Players get injured. Some players shine during preseason. A lot could happen between now and the start of the season. But as of right now, if Liverpool were to start their season tomorrow, that would be my starting 11. Do you follow all of the preseason matches? No, I don't watch all the preseason matches. I read the reports after. I try to watch as many as possible. But I'm not going to be honest, I do not watch every single preseason match. Here's a basketball question. How well will the New Orleans Hornets do in the future considering drafting Anthony Davis and Austin Rivers? I think Anthony Davis is a once-in-a-generation player, or at least a once-in-a-decade type of player. A college prospect hasn't been hyped this much since Chris Webber. And Chris Webber had a pretty, okay career. He should have had much more of it. But if we're comparing Anthony Davis to Chris Webber, just in terms of pure talent, that's a pretty damn good comparison. I think Anthony Davis will do a great job. I'm not that big on Austin Rivers because he sort of has the mindset that he's Kobe Bryant and that he can take all these shots he wants and he's going to be a ball hog. But the problem is he's not Kobe Bryant. I actually don't like picking Austin Rivers. The Hornets already have Eric Gordon in their backcourt, so I'm not sure how Gordon-Austin Rivers backcourt will work, especially because Austin Rivers isn't a true point guard. He's sort of more of a shooting guard who needs the ball in his hands all the time. And Eric Gordon is a shooting guard, a big scoring shooting guard who also needs the ball in his hands the entire time. In my mind, Eric Gordon is a top 5 shooting guard in the league, which may sound surprising, but think about it. There's Kobe, Wade, James Harden, maybe Monte Ellis. I don't know, but right after those 3, it becomes a little tricky, and I think Eric Gordon, talent-wise, and on the court has shown that he's actually probably the 4th best shooting guard in the basketball right now. What Liverpool players BR should get rid of too after Kaut and Maxi? Right now, I don't think there's that much dead weight in the squad. You guys know my position. I want Joe Cole and Alberto Aquilani out. I think they're contract dead weight. I think they're dead weight as players. I want them out. I think Brendan Rodgers should get rid of them. I wouldn't be that mad if Charlie Adam left either. I think Charlie Adam was a completely overrated player. I hated how he played last season. He was clumsy in tackle, offered nothing in defense. His passing was inconsistent, and every single game, he was infatuated with these Hollywood balls. Once a game, it'd be nice to see a nice diagonal 40-yard pass, but besides that, Charlie Adams is a complete waste. But all that being said, you can never have too many midfielders. Liverpool proved that last season when just about everybody in their midfield went down. They had Shelby and Spearing starting in midfield week in and week out. How do you think is the best LFC player ever? Kenny Dalglish, no questions asked. I'm not going to go any further. Do you think the younger players, Suso, Sterling, Flanagan, etc., will get a better chance at playing time under Rodgers? I certainly think so. We've sort of noticed the past couple of years that Dalglish, Hodgson, especially Rafa, have sort of been not too inclined to bring the younger players in the team as often, and the younger players have only been brought in when in absolute emergencies, when injuries have called them up. I think Brendan Rodgers is going to evaluate what he has with the squad, and just because of that reason, I think younger players will get a better chance under Brendan Rodgers. I'm personally very high on Raheem Sterling. I sort of gave him shit last video for sort of his personal life, but as a player, I think he's class. Here's another question along the same lines. What players from Liverpool's academy do you think will make it into the first team? I think Raheem Sterling's the obvious choice. He made it into the first team last season. He made an appearance. I think he's on the cusp of sort of cementing himself into this first team. Maybe not the starting 11, but at least the squad. So I could definitely see him being really active in the first team this year. Here's another question. My question for you: why don't you get a life instead of making endless videos? My answer is I do have a life. I run 2 other websites. But besides that, if this is my life, it's actually currently my job this summer. If that's it, well, I'm pretty happy with that. So that's all for today for this week's Fan Friday. Be sure to submit more questions if you want for next week's Fan Friday. You can hit me on Facebook, facebook.com/JLBSportsTV. You can hit me on the official JLBSportsTV Twitter account at JLBSportsTV49. You can hit me on my personal account at JBlock49. You can send me a PM here. You can send me a DM anywhere you can reach me. Really, there are a million different channels. Just if you want your question to be answered on Fan Friday, please let me know. So that's all for today, guys.